From Kentucky Branded. Whether you're at the ballpark or watching from home, we've got the perfect game day apparel to keep you looking sharp all season long. Tees, hats, and more. Shop the best selection, lowest prices, and get everything you need to rep the Cards in style. Visit Kentucky Branded inside of the Shelbyville Road Plaza or inside of the Oxmoor Mall and gear up for the season. Or shop online at KentuckyBranded.com.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Coach Dan McDonald joins us now. Coach, you know, we made the routine play. Boy, we threw some strikes and got some clutch hits, moved the baseball. I know it all starts with Wyatt, but that was a great performance all the way around.
Yeah, we did it. All three areas of the game, pitching, defense, and yeah, we got the offense going early. When Lucas and Alex are going, our offense is going to be hard to stop.
I made the point that, yeah, things are a little easier when those two go 6 of 8. They drive in 4, they score 3, they're active on the bases, and I had to give a play of the game. I just thought it was great to see Alex get off the schneid, set the tone, lay down the bunt, steal a bag, and just kind of get things revved up right there out of the gate.
When we talk about being offensive, it's a little bit of everything. It's tough in the batter's box. It's the HBP. It's the two-strike approach. Yeah, it's the bunt. We were really good offensively today, and that's what we need. But even, Cade Elam tried to bunt for a hit. George Baker tried to bunt for a hit. I mean, it just shows like, hey, I'm just trying to move the offensive line. I'm trying to do anything I can to help this offense. And today's clearly our best day of the weekend in all three phases.
When you have a player like Wyatt Dan Levich, who is so good in the bullpen, it reminded me a little bit of Drew Harrington, because Drew was so good in the bullpen. You guys moved him into a starting role, and he does nothing other than become ACC Pitcher of the Year, and I'm certainly not projecting that for Wyatt, but part of you fears what you might lose out of the bullpen, but man, the return on the starting mound was just incredible today, and against a team full of guys I know he probably knows pretty well, to go 6 shutout with 9 Ks was really impressive.
Well, you're happy for Wyatt, because as you talk about the challenges of being a Division I athlete, especially a pitcher that's gone through some injuries. He's fought his whole career just to get healthy, then to be a key piece last year out of the bullpen, and this was his time. And again, we said he earned one of these starts. And as we say always in baseball, right, like 2 or 3 games are usually won when one team scores more runs in one inning than the other team scores the entire game. It's the Friday game that we let get away. And as I challenge this group, good teams win the one-run games. And we gotta make sure next time we have an opportunity, we got to be ready to win a one-run game. And nothing we can do about it now, but, man, we learned an awful lot about this club, how to win, how to lose, who can help us, and obviously, we still need to get a few more guys going.
I'm assuming Wyatt got the shirt today?
He did. Now, I gave him the shirt, and I figured he was going to give it to George Baker, and that was just a good combination there.
Yeah.
We set the tone early, good energy. Love when George plays like that. Our challenge with George is with a lot of players. Can we get their best more often? Can we get them to be a little more consistent? That's the challenge between being a good player, being a great player, being an everyday player. It's usually just consistency. And I know it sounds easy. It's not necessarily easy, but that's, where Wyatt's grown as a pitcher. It's good to see George take the next step and give us a quality start back there.
I know it's easy to get excited about taking a trip to a big league stadium, but there's a really good Xavier team coming to town on what should be a beautiful afternoon on Tuesday, and that's the next one up that you guys have to worry about.
Yeah, the Texas trip wasn't even mentioned, and it's not on my mind. Just responding to your comment, yeah, it's all about Xavier. Like we've been talking about Michigan State and Xavier. A good Big Ten team. Xavier's a really good Big East team. teams that have a chance to be in the NCAAs. We know Xavier has no issues going on the road. They play anybody, anywhere, anytime. So, we got to, as I said, we're going to have to make up that game Friday night. And there's nothing we can do about it other than, we got to take advantage of the next game and a really good opponent in Xavier Tuesday afternoon. And always glad to hear the weather's going to be really nice. Yeah, I get it. Sunday, church day, wasn't the prettiest of days, but I got a lot of appreciation for the fans that came out this weekend. I mean, really, just Friday's crowd was awesome. Saturday's crowd was really good. And for those people that toughed out the worst weather day of the weekend, I'm glad that they were able to get a win.
We'll look at 61 on Tuesday, so things are looking up. Coach, we appreciate your time. Congrats on the win.
You got it. Thanks, Sean.
The story was the starting pitcher, Wyatt Dan Levich, and he joins us now. Wyatt, I'm going to start with question number one. And first career start, did you have any nerves having a little different role than you've had in the past?
Oh, no, not really. Coach Williams and the coaching staff here has done a really good job just helping me get in a routine and just treating it like another game. Coach Williams sat me down yesterday, and he's like, don't make anything too big, don't make anything too small, just keep doing what you've been doing.
How many of those guys in the other diamond do you know? Because I'm assuming with travel ball, high school ball, you probably cross paths with quite a few Spartans.
Yeah, definitely a decent amount of them. A couple of them I know pretty well, but if I don't know them very well, then I definitely have played against them sometime throughout my life, so that was cool.
What did you feel worked well for you? Because obviously the fastball command was there. I felt like George put up a target, you were able to hit it. What was your perspective on your performance?
Yeah, just going out there and trusting my training, trusting what I've done all off season to get myself where I'm at, trusting the guys behind me. And I feel like once you have all that trust and all your teammates and everything, it just makes it a whole lot easier on yourself.
Back in a starting role for the first time as a Louisville Cardinal, back to your high school days, what's it mean to get a 3 spot in the bottom of the first? I know that makes things a little easier.
I mean, yeah, it's awesome. Every pitcher loves pitching with the lead, and it just makes you want to go back out there and get back in as soon as you can so your guys can go right back to it.
I know this team is it's really early in the season, but was there any tightness for this team coming into today's game, having lost the first 2 to Michigan State?
No, not at all. If anything, I think we had better energy today.
Absolutely. Wyatt, want to give a shout-out to anybody up in Traverse City?
Shout out my mom and dad, Kelly and Stephen Danielevich.
All right, sounds good. Congratulations. Big performance in your first career start.
Thank you.
This is Louisville Baseball from Learfield.
This is Kentuckiana's Voice, 970 WGTK Louisville. Online at kyvoice970.com. WKLB Manchester.
U of L Health Eye Institute is the official eye care provider for U of L Athletics. Our ophthalmologists and optometrists, who are members of U of L Physicians Eye Specialists, are nationally renowned experts. They not only provide eye care for the cards, they are also the only eye care providers you need. From routine eye care and vision exams to specialized treatments for complicated conditions. With several convenient locations throughout Kentuckiana, they are also close to home. To learn more, visit uoflhealth.org.
Louisville was founded in 1798, and we've been ruffling feathers ever since. Introducing 1798 Blonde Ale from Goodwood Brewing, the official craft beer of University of Louisville Athletics, and the unofficial beer of yelling, "That was a strike!" from your couch. Bold, crisp, and just spicy enough to make your rival's fight song sound like a lullaby. If the feathers ain't flying, you ain't trying. Goodwood Brewing, ruffling feathers since 1798, brewed to bring the heat and the winds.
Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. By working together, we've moved forward towards a brighter future. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. See why our new Kentucky home is the best place to do business and live a good life at newkentuckyhome.ky.gov.
Hey Louisville, did you know FEEV Interlogistics Corp has been moving the supply chain forward since 1956? Right here in Louisville, we designed smart conveyor and sortation systems that help get packages to your door. FEEV is spelled F-I-V-E-S, like the number, but pronounced FEEV. We're part of the FEEV Group, the engineers behind the Eiffel Tower's elevators, and proud sponsors of Louisville Athletics. Learn more at FIVESgroup.com. Go Cards!
Let's jump in with the PNC Bank starting lineups, brought to you by PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865. For the visiting XAVIER Musketeers, 2-1 in the season. They won a weekend series at ECU. No easy place to play in the jungle. They're without their two best players, and we'll detail those a little bit later. But Luke Hammond will lead off. He is a grad student and at third base, followed by Josh Stonehouse, who had an outstanding weekend, was honorable mention all Big East. A swinging strike for Hammond. Out of the hand of Peter Michael on the hill for the Cardinals. Landon Mensick is in the three-hole playing in left field. Peter Johnson, the heart of the order, is the DH. Jonathan Fitz catching and hitting fifth. 0-1 pitch, lifted in the air, down the left field line. It is deep, but it is foul. And that will be out of the ballpark, but it was strike two. And it's 0-2. Out in front of that off-speed pitch was Luke Hammond. 143 average. That one was a double over the weekend. Michael kicks and fires. Fastball at 91, misses down. 1-2 the count. So after Fitz, the catcher, Tommy Townsend, the third baseman, hits six. It's Eddie Peters in the seven-hole playing at short. Donovan Canterbury is at second base hitting eighth, and J.D. Crisp, center fielder, rounds out the order. The 1-2. Poked foul. Out of play down the right field line. Will stay at 1-2. Hammond, Stonehouse, Mensick, Johnson, Fitz, Townsend, Peters, Canterbury, and Crisp, the 9. For the Musketeers in gray pinstripes, navy stripes, numbers on the front, right side, and X on the left side. 1-2 breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike three, a ball in the dirt, the tag by Nugent, and Peter Michael starts the season out in style. One away. Defensively for the Cards, Griffin Crane is in right field, Lucas Moore is in center, Kyle Campbell's in left. It's Byram Hott at third, Alex Alicea at short, Kate Elam at second, Tig Davis at first. We mentioned Jimmy Nugent doing the catching. And on the hill for the Louisville Cardinals, number 29, Peter Michael, one of the four captains on this team, the 6'3 senior righty from Calabasas, California, trying to pick up where Wyatt Dan Levich left off. Fastball misses high. 1-0 to Stonehouse. Interesting story, Stonehouse from Camarillo, California. So Calabasas is the pumpkin. That's in the valley. Camarillo is a little further up the 101, and that's, at least it was known for an In-N-Out Burger location that was close to campus when I was in college and the State Mental Health Institution. Dad played football at USC. Mom, women's soccer at UCLA. A house divided, the 1-1. Good. Bender snaps over for a strike. 1-2. Three siblings. Brooke played soccer at Toledo. Jack on the Syracuse football team. Jesse, soccer at Sacred Heart. Just an insane group. And this young man is just a freshman. 6'1", 230. I think he's grown since then. The 1-2. Inside. Apologize for the coughing spell there. A little under the weather still. Try not to share that with you. Stonehouse, 6 of 12, a home run, 2 driven in over the weekend. 4 strikeouts in 12 trips, though. Good enough for honorable mention all Big East in his first weekend of college baseball. He thought he was hit by that pitch, but plate umpire said, no. 2-2. Wave and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Nugent throws down, 2 away. So a pair of strikeouts for Peter Michael. That one completed 2-3. And here's Landon Mensick. Connor Mish, the Big East preseason player of the year, is not in the lineup. This ball is tattooed down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is a foul ball. That ball was hit 108 miles per hour, a fastball up right in the wheelhouse, middle, not maybe up and in. And it was hit 406 feet by Mensick. But it's a harmless strike. He hit 250 in the opening weekend. 6 home runs for this squad. Bender just misses away. 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Pair of strikeouts for Peter Michael. 4-3, a 4.83 ERA last year. 14 appearances, 13 starts. 50 in a third innings, 33 runs, 27 earned. They wanted backdoor with the breaker there. They don't get the call. Michael, 39 hits, 37 walks. That was a problem at times, but 52 Ks. 11 doubles, 6 home runs, a .215 opponent's average. 11 wild pitches, 6 hit batters. A big part of the rotation most of the year as he gets the called strike on the backdoor breaker down and away. 2-2 the count with 2 out, nobody on. Mensick took a pitch up and in and hit it 400 feet foul down the line. Now the right-handed batter with a 2-2 ledger. Michael kicks and fires. Misses down, and we are full. Cards going with the white throwback uniforms. Red Cardinals script on the front, numbers underneath. Red piping down the outside of the pant leg. Red sleeves underneath for most of the team. The white cap, the old throwback logo on the crown of the cap in red, and a red brim. Good-looking uni. 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. 92 right past Mensick. And after Dan Levich did it twice in a 6-inning appearance last weekend on Sunday, it is a 1-2-3 inning for Peter Michael, all by way of the capital K. More about Michael, but the Cards are coming up in the bottom of the first with a 0 on the board for Xavier. This is Louisville Baseball from Learfield.
U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports is the official sports rehab provider of the Louisville Cardinals. Our experienced Fraser Rehab sports therapists offer athletes of all levels one-on-one support with our sports performance and injury prevention clinics. To schedule an evaluation today, call 502-637-9313. U of L Health Fraser Rehab Sports, the official sports rehab provider of the Louisville Cardinals.
Hi, I'm Zach Pitts, proud member of Louisville's 2007 College World Series team and former Big East Pitcher of the Year. I'm honored now to be an official real estate partner of the Louisville Cardinals. My time on the mound taught me that preparation, discipline, and teamwork wins games, and I bring that same commitment to every client that I serve. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate, I'm here to help you reach all your goals. I'm Zach Pitts with RE/MAX Premier Properties. Go Cards.
Batting order for you Louisville Cardinals looks like this. Alisea Moore and Elam bat 1-2-3. Davis in the cleanup spot, followed by the DH Jax Heisel and Nugent in the 6 hole. Crane, Hott, and Campbell bats 7, 8, and 9. Alisea, Moore, Elam, Davis, Heisel, Nugent, Crane, Hott, and Campbell. The 9 for the Cards. Defensively for Xavier, it is Stonehouse in right, Crisp in center, Mensick in left. Hammond to third, Peters at short, Canterbury at second, Townsend at first, in place of the Player of the Year, Mish, who is not in the lineup and has not been yet this year for Xavier. Jonathan Fitz doing the catching, and on the hill, making a homecoming, it's number 45, Nick Boyle, 6'3", grad student from Goshen, Kentucky, North Oldham High School. Played some summer ball with Cam Masterman, Logan Beard, and JT Benson. So as you might imagine, he's been around a little bit. Older brother Joe pitched at Notre Dame and has worked his way to the big leagues. Did not play in 21 or 22. And in his last 3 seasons, the best ERA, 6.02. Last year it was over 8.8 in 10 appearances and 1 start. So he will try to find his fortunes against his hometown team. As you might imagine, he did not pitch over the weekend. Alicea, Moore, and Elam try to get things started for the Cardinals. Got the uni combo. Xavier, by the way, with a Navy cap, X on the crown. Going to get you that weather update here after the first pitch. Alicea squaring and taking, and it's a strike. 0-1, 64 degrees, 50% humidity, winds out of the southwest at 12 miles per hour. Right now, a little more due south here at the ballpark. Up and away is the fastball at 91. 1-1 the count as far as the scouting report on Boyle goes. He is a fastball cutter guy for the most part. Will show a change, but mostly a two-pitch pitcher. As he tries to go with a cutter again and misses down and in. 2-1 to Alex Alicea. Got off the 0-for-9 Schneid in Game 3 with a bunt single to open the run-scoring first, hitting .231. He laces this one into left center field. That ball's going to get down. The center fielder slides over and knocks it into the alley. Alicea thinking 3. The throw is cut off, and he is in with what will be a double and an error, and a good start for the Cards. So Lucas Moore will have a runner at third. And I apologize. I've just started this game on such a coughing spell. I'm having trouble shaking it. So here is Moore with a runner at third base, nobody out. Back pick to third after ball one delivered on a cutter. 1-0. I wouldn't want to face the Cardinals with the two-pitch mix. Just saying. He might give us 7 shutout innings, but as a starter, it's a little difficult to do. Short lead at third. The 1-0 to Moore. He takes a strike. Cutter up in the zone. 1-1 the count. Lucas hits in all 3 games over the weekend. .429 average. 6 for 14, 2 runs, 3 driven in. 4 for 4 on steals. The 1-1. Sharply hit to the first baseman. That'll get the run home. It's 1-0. Cardinals as Townsend steps on the bag. If Lucas were so inclined, a bunt to the right side of the infield is an automatic base hit. Playing way back on either side. Both the first and second baseman. But the bottom line is you've got a runner at third, fewer than 2 out. You want to execute, and he does. So 1 away, 1-0 Cards. Base is cleared, and Louisville is now 7 of 9 with a runner at third, fewer than 2 out. Moore is 2 for 2 as Cade Elam is the batter. A typical 3 o'clock midweek crowd. A lot of folks have to work for a living, but these are scheduled earlier for weather, because typically it's not 60-plus degrees, and for travel to help a team like Xavier out to get back to Cincinnati in a timely manner. Here's a smash foul third base side. Coach Schneid's over to try to make the play. I've got my laptops plugged in, but I think somebody knocked my power strip off, so no need to be using battery power. We've got that remedied. Things are looking up. Kick in the offering goes all the way to the backstop over Elam's head, and 94 on the heater. But again, the two-pitch mix, just if one of those pitches is faltering, then you're in a real pickle. Typically an arm like this pitches out of the pen, which he did down the stretch last year. Later in the year was more effective. The 2-2. Way upstairs, and we are full. Cade Elam from Barberville, Kentucky. Corbin High School. He's a Reds fan. Also an Eagles fan. Pretty good football player. 3 for 10, a double and RBI, hitting .300 through 3 games. The 3-2 pitch way upstairs and in, ball 4, and that fastball is nowhere near the zone early for Boyle. Sometimes on the weekends you have what's called Johnny Holstaff, and you just throw everybody an inning. So if that was the initial plan, you certainly could see somebody getting down in the pen and loosening. But you're going to have to be careful here because there's a good chance that Tate Davis is going to sit on a cutter. Runner at first base, 1 out, 1-0 Cards. There it is. He does swing at it, but he comes up empty, 0-1. Tate doesn't appear to be quite locked in yet. 3 of 13, a double and RBI. Louisville really struggled with the timely hit, but again, they hit .312 over the weekend. The 0-1. Cutter waved at and missed, and it's 0-2. Louisville hit .305 last year, and I get the ACC's harder, and Michigan State's a middle-of-the-road Big Ten team. You know, got to let the cake bake, folks. 0-2, topped foul. We'll stay right here. All 3 cutters. There were some hot takes over the weekend. Goodness gracious, I don't know if that's the Kenny Payne effect. Man, I mean, you're going to give up on a team 3 games in. 0-2, spoiled foul at the plate, another cut fastball. And Tate continues to battle. You're playing without Zion Rose. You're trying to replace Eddie King Jr., Jake Monroe, Matt Klein, Garrett Pike, Kamayu Neighbors. Factor in Rose, that's more regulars gone than returning in the lineup offensively. 0-2, trying to get that fastball over. It's way up out of the zone, and that release just not working for Boyle. 1-0 Louisville. Leadoff double and an error by the center fielder, Crisp. And an RBI ground out from Lucas Moore. Elam, who walked, is at first. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up, foul left side. That's going to carry towards section 210. And just ricochet off the edge of the dugout rooftop behind the third base side. Into the third to the last row in 210. And an easy souvenir for a young lady who just walks over and picks it up. Who's she going to give it to? Who wants it? There's a little one down in the third row that's ready for a souvenir. Another 1-2 pitch to Davis. Another fastball. And I mean no ill will to Mr. Boyle, but the fastball is literally 2 feet out of the zone. Everything has been way upstairs, and it feels like there's some sort of adjustment mechanically that could be made. The 2-2 pitch. That one's up out of the zone. Tate Davis swings and misses. And that's not the best approach there from Tate Davis, who goes down on a 92-mile-an-hour heater up and away on a 2-2 count. So 2 away, and here's Jax Heisel. Billy O'Connor in his 9th year leading the Xavier squad, 7th head coach in school history. Ethan Landon, part of a shakeup on the coaching staff. First season in his pitching coach. He is a Michigan State grad and was the pitching coach at Troy under Skylar Meade. Troy Leneve in his first season played at Vandy. Riley Bertram played at Michigan and Clemson. He's the recruiting coordinator, and Tyler Hudson in his first season. So Bertram had been here, but his entire staff, O'Connor's in their first year in their new role. Strike 1, a cutter to Heisel. 0-1. And now a fastball in the zone, down and in, and that's the best fastball we've seen from Boyle. I mean, there are pitchers that have survived on a single pitch, but they're usually pretty special, like Mariano Rivera. But that cutter can be, if you're going to have a good one, that can be a good one. Not always easy to square up. I've heard a lot of pitchers or a lot of hitters complain about a guy with a good cutter. 0-2 pitch. Misses down. 1-2. Runner at first. 2 away. A run home. Alex Alicea. His second double. Just the 5th of the year for the Cards. Extra base hits were 9-6. The 1-2 outside. 2-2. It's Michael Fichter with the balls and strikes. Brad Snyder at first, Chris Ward at second. Bob Howard, our third base umpire. The four-man crew wearing black tops, smoke gray slacks on this beautiful day in the Ville. Lights are on at the stadium. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up foul back out of play left side. And that will drift over into the parking lot along 3rd Street. Jax Heisel, junior from Mequon, Wisconsin. 245, 12 home runs, 40 RBI, 16 steals at Parkland College last year. Another 2-2. Up the elevator shaft. Left side of the infield. Hammond, the third baseman, now drifting over toward the shortstop and right in front of Peters. He's able to snare it on a semi-run, and that will retire the side. But the wind certainly making its presence known on that ball in the air. Louisville got him on and over in the same swing. Got him in on the next batter. They lead it 1-0 as we head to the second. This is Louisville baseball from Learfield.
Cards fans, here's the play call for the perfect tailgate. Head to Liquor Barn and stock up for the game. Right now, save $10 on your purchase of $75 or more with code CARDS10. From bourbon to beer, Liquor Barn has everything you need to win the tailgate. Before you raise your L's up, raise a glass with us. Use code CARDS10 and save $10. Only at Liquor Barn. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Zach Pitts, proud member of Louisville's 2007 College World Series team and former Big East Pitcher of the Year. I'm honored now to be an official real estate partner of the Louisville Cardinals. My time on the mound taught me that preparation, discipline, and teamwork wins games, and I bring that same commitment to every client that I serve. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate, I'm here to help you reach all your goals. I'm Zach Pitts with RE/MAX Premier Properties. Go Cards.
Delving a little deeper into Peter Michael's resume. Of course, last year, you may recall, he burst onto the scene down in Arlington, where the Cards will be this weekend. 4 2/3 innings against Arizona. A run, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. That run, if memory serves, if it wasn't the first batter, it was the first inning, a home run. But a sparkling start and a 13-1 win for the Cardinals on getaway day. He hit a little bit of a bump in the road against Western Michigan, but then reeled off 3 consecutive high-level starts against St. John's, UIC, and North Carolina. 17 innings, 1 run, over 8 hits, 8 walks, but 21 strikeouts during that stretch, winning all 3, as you might imagine. But then ACC play turned the other way with Virginia Tech. A rough start against Cal before a great start against Boston College. Michael maybe hit a bit of a wall. Here's a chopper right to Tage Davis. That's off the bat of Peter Johnson. The weak dribbler is an easy out, 3 unassisted. And there's 1 away for Jonathan Fitz. Jonathan Fitz from Edgewood, Kentucky, Covington Catholic, and he transferred from USD. Does that sound familiar? Well, yeah, it should. That's where Peter Michael was. But then he went to Northwestern. So these two were not there at the same time. Fitz takes a ball, 1-0. 1-0 Cards. The 1-0 delivery. Lifted into center field. Easy play for Lucas Moore, 2 down. When he's around the zone, Peter Michael is highly effective. And again, not every pitcher has that luxury of mixing things up, as evidenced by some of the command struggles by Boyle. But Peter Michael runs a 4-seam fastball, a change, a slider, and a curveball, and the slider is a good one. Change will be in the low to mid-80s. That vaunted slider in the upper 70s, low 80s. And then he'll throw the curveball in the mid to upper 70s. And when you've got 4 different pitches, 4 different looks, 4 different velos, even if you're not spotting one of them on a given day, if you can spot the other 3, then you certainly have some options for pitching coach and associate head coach Roger Williams. The count is 1-1 to Tommy Townsend from Sycamore, Illinois, transferred from Butler. He hit cleanup against the Cards on February 26th, 0 for 4, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a run scored. So yet another player who will see the Cardinals on this diamond for the second time in the second different uniform, albeit similar colors. Ball 2 now. 2 out, nobody on. The 2-1. Wave and a miss. Curveball. 2-2. Two out, nobody on. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is singed into right field. Infield had shifted. Elam was playing in shallow right. Over with him was the third baseman, Hott, and it split him just like the goalposts. So Townsend, who was 2 of 13 on opening weekend, this team had more home runs than doubles, hitting .271 against the Pirates. And that was a breaking ball that he just went down and got. It's a good piece of hitting there as Eddie Peters steps into the batter's box. Peters, a 6'2 sophomore from La Crescent, Minnesota. That means the Crescent in English. Dad played baseball at Winona State, Mom softball at Loras College, and his brother baseball for the wicked rival of my parents, Luther. Don't talk about Luther to a Wartburger. Engineering physics major. State runner-up his junior year as he bangs this one foul back off the netting. That'll even the count at 1-1. 2 out, 1 on. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Cardinals. Peter looks in, the 1-1. Muscled foul up toward the terrace to our right. Right on the terrace. Would have been an easy souvenir, but nobody made any effort there, and it bounced out and away. Maybe another time. The 1-2. Smoked into the left field corner. That's a fair ball. Another breaking ball left up in the zone. The runner's headed to third. They're going to send him. Alisea gets the relay. Sends it home. The tag, not in time. And we're tied up. Back-to-back 2-out hits. Eddie Peters, 273 over the weekend, picks up his second RBI. And it's the curveball every time for Peter Michael. That one 102 off the bat. It's a double from Peters. Gives you the question, is there a chance he's tipping that pitch? So here's Donovan Canterbury with a whole new ball game. Sounds like a folk artist from the 60s. I mean, Donovan obviously was one, but with the literature-laden last name of Canterbury, like Chaucer's Tales. Throw to second, runner back. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. Appeal says he didn't go. 1-0 to the senior from Wyandotte, Michigan. Sport management major. 286, a home run, 8 driven in last year in 14 starts. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes, and now we see maybe Michael a little uncomfortable after he's given up a couple of hits. 6-7 hitters with back-to-back two-out hits to even this game at one apiece, and now a hitter's count. The 2-0 misses down, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. And again, the walks are what caused problems for Peter Michael last year, 37 and 50 in a third innings. Jake Schweitzer, 42 in a third, walked 19. 3-0 strike is true. 3-1. A look to the runner at second with 2 out. The 3-1 is ball 4, down and away. Dan McDonald has talked at length about getting your team off the field. Canterbury, the 8-hole hitter, without a hit so far this season in just 1 at-bat. Draws his second walk, so hard to say what the story is there. But J.D. Crisp will be the batter. He hit .059 last year. His high school coach at Second Baptist in Cypress, Texas was Rainer Noble. And if that name's familiar to longtime Louisville baseball fans or college baseball fans, he was the longtime head coach at Houston. Took a team to Omaha back in the day. Strike 1. Now a ground ball sharply hit to Alisea. He'll go to third. There is a force there, and that will be the end of the inning. Fielder's choice, a heads-up Alisea play goes 6-5, but the RBI double from Eddie Peters evens this game at a run apiece as we head to the bottom of the second. This is Louisville baseball from Learfield.
Jack, when you look back on 75 years...
Oh, I'm not looking back. I'm bringing back my Chicken Supreme. Comes in a combo and munchie meal. This fan favorite starts at just $5.49. And the munchie meal comes with a collectible jibby.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Full stack, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
Cards fans, here's the play call for the perfect tailgate. Head to Liquor Barn and stock up for the game. Right now, save $10 on your purchase of $75 or more with code CARDS10. From bourbon to beer, Liquor Barn has everything you need to win the tailgate. Before you raise your L's up, raise a glass with us. Use code CARDS10 and save $10. Only at Liquor Barn. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate. Please drink responsibly.
Jack, when you look back on 75 years...
Oh, I'm not looking back. I'm bringing back my Chicken Supreme. Comes in a combo and munchie meal. This fan favorite starts at just $5.49. And the munchie meal comes with a collectible jibby.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Full stack, limited time only. Price and participation may vary.
The middle base hit, 3 straight hits off of Michael. And as his pitch count gets up towards 60, Louisville bullpen may be, in fact, heating up. That was a fastball, 103 off the bat. 2 for 2 now is Peters, and here's Donovan Canterbury. 0 for 1 with 2 walks so far this season. Nine for the score. 2 on. Breaking ball drops low out of the zone. 1-0 the count. I realized in that third inning I wrote everything in the fourth inning because the Cards batted 11 in the second and spent the entire inning wearing out my eraser, which I try not to do. That's why they make them, though. I'm not embarrassed. You just heard me admit I made a really stupid mistake, as Roger Williams is going to come out and chat with Peter Michael. Another visit to the Clark & Riggs College Scoreboard, the official program printer of the Louisville Cardinals. More than just a printer. Also, if people want to reach out on Twitter to me, love to interact with the fans and listeners. At CardsPA. A somewhat light schedule, 10 games in the ACC. Number 22, Virginia, a 4-1 lead over undefeated VMI, top of the 6th inning in Charlottesville. East Tennessee State has scored 3 in the first. They lead Virginia Tech 3-2, bottom 2nd in Blacksburg. Number 17, Clemson, a 5 spot in the first, up on Charlotte 5-0, top 2. App State, a 3 spot in the first. They lead Duke 3-0, bottom 2. Number 8, North Carolina, 5-0 lead in bottom 2nd over Richmond. And then 4 other games getting underway later. Some quick words from Roger Williams. See if he can whisper a double play into fruition. Instead, it's a flare down the right field line. This is all kinds of trouble. Up off the wall on a hop, the right fielder Crane is up with it, and conservative base running as they'll stop Peters at third on a ball hit off the wall into the corner. But at 94 miles per hour, that is 4 straight hits. Donovan Canterbury has his first hit of the season. It's a ringing double. And the conservative base running probably due in part to the fact that there's nobody out. And this is your 9-hole hitter, J.D. Crisp, listed as a switch hitter. And that's going to do it for Peter Michael. So he had a 9-2 lead, had an 8-1 lead, just gave up the solo home run with 2 out in the third, but 4 straight loud hits here in the 4th inning. And you know, Michael, who was angling to be back in the weekend rotation, might be a little frustrated that he didn't get that call. I mean, it's not necessarily who starts the season, but it's who ends it. Eberle, I thought, was really good. And obviously, Wyatt Dan Levich was outstanding, and you hope for better things from Jake Bean. But Michael running into a little trouble here, and instead of the walk, it was the hit. Again, this is a young man, Peter Michael, who did some interviews for the Cardinals of his teammates that were just fantastic. He's such a bright kid. Opponents only hit .215 against him. I imagine a bit frustrated to be ousted from this outing. And Jake Schweitzer is going to get the baseball. Dan McDonald wants to quiet this down right now. Interesting call. Schweitzer, the Cardinals' closer, in his only appearance over the weekend. An inning. And he retired all 3 he faced. So Jake Schweitzer, the Trinity High School grad, 6-foot sophomore. Number 99 sophomore in the country, according to Perfect Game. 25 appearances, 4-3, with a .234 earned run average and 3 saves in 2025. Will work up his warm-up tosses. Dan may be sensing that if he can get this shutdown inning from Schweitzer, that if the offense can maybe get another crooked number on the board, that can settle things down. But bottom of the order, a 2-run home run, a single and a double, 2 in scoring position, and also might be an opportunity to just give Jake a chance to pitch with some tension, some meaning, if you will. It used to be that pitchers had a set number of pitches to throw to warm up. Now a 2-minute clock goes on the board. So depending on their leisure, they can decide how they want to warm up. We're down to 41 seconds for Schweitzer as he continues to get loose. Jake this year still going with a 2-seam fastball, a change, a slider. He's added a cutter into the mix. Interesting to see how that continues to progress. Pitchers are always adding pitches, kind of tweaking their mechanics. PB was hoping for some grass track wall this afternoon. Man, good call. We've had 3 all in the same inning. Jay says, when a coughing fit comes on, just cough harder and it will clear up. Jay, I couldn't cough any harder if I tried. I actually got a head rush. I coughed so hard. Thought I was going to have to sign off. Here's ball 1 from Schweitzer. I appreciate the advice. It's a weird cold that I'm struggling through. Infield in at the corners with runners at second and third. The 1-0. A little capper out in front. It's Nugent throwing down to first. Nobody going on contact. And you love a little 2-3 to get an easy out. Especially with that runner at third. Craig at work, still listening. A Lou City fan says, you need to come watch Tague Davis hit. You're not wrong. I mean, over the batter's eye is not easy to do. Here's Luke Hammond in the top of the order. Normally this concerns you, and it still is going to. But Luke is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Schweitzer kicks and deals. The old heater right down Bardstown Road for a strike. 0-1, 90. Brian checking in. Happy Fat Tuesday. I'm going to indulge by trying to get healthy. 1 out. The 0-1. Little chopper foul. First base side. An 0-2 hole. Maybe just sip a little Maker's Mark to help with the cough. Jay liked the Chaucer and Beatles references. And congratulating Wyatt Dan Levich on Pitcher of the Week. Your first career start, he got it done. What a great story. Second and third, 1 out. 9-4 Cards. The 0-2. Fisted towards short. Alicea's got it as he cuts in front of Elam, who was there as well. And a little jam sandwich for a late afternoon snack for Luke Hammond is the second out of the inning. That looping liner has the leadoff man for Xavier at 0 for 3. And here is Josh Stonehouse. Stonehouse, 6 hits, 5 runs to help that series win on the honor roll. Camarillo, that really throws it back right there. Going to school in Thousand Oaks, we had to go to Camarillo to get In-N-Out Burger. This ball is gone. He absolutely cranks that out to right field. A 3-run shot, and it's 9-7. .433. A fastball that was middle away. And the young man from California continues his tear as he absolutely pulverizes that baseball. I mean, the ball is flying out today, but these guys are hitting it hard. I think Jake maybe knew that was a mistake the second it left his hand. So Schweitzer unable to execute the Cards had hoped, and none more than Peter Michael for Stonehouse, his second home run of the season. And that 0 for 2 with 2 Ks is erased in a hurry, and there's a missile into center field. I mean, a first pitch fastball may not be the way to go against this squad because they are just sitting dead red and swinging from the heels. 104 off the bat of Mensick, who homered earlier. And here's Peter Johnson. It's 9-7. You don't like where this is going with a 5-run inning. That closes the book on Michael, who didn't get the help he needed. 3 innings, 6 runs, 7 hits, 1 walk, 5 Ks. 61 pitches, 37 for strikes. Schweitzer's thrown a lot of strikes, but maybe a few too many as the throw goes over to first. Only the home run is against his ledger at this point, but the book is closed on Michael, so anything else this inning or in future innings would be on Jake's shoulders. See if he throws a fastball to Mensick. He'll throw to first twice. Can't imagine they'd come get Jake right now, but you do have a lefty at the plate. Or Johnson, I'm sorry, is at the plate. 0 for 2 with a ground out and a line out. Big, tall lefty. Peter Johnson, 6'4", 200 from Minnetonka, Minnesota, and he absolutely makes an appointment with a chiropractor with that swing. I need an adjustment. I'm lying. I don't go to chiropractors. I never have. Johnson did not play at Liberty last year, but he spent time at Iowa Central Community College in Fort Dodge before attending Bradley initially. He's been all over the map, and he takes a fastball for a strike, beautifully presented by Jimmy Nugent. That ball was a little bit outside, but nice job with the presentation. All-state selection in high school. Older sister played ice hockey at Holy Cross. Liberty, Iowa Central, and Bradley from Minnetonka. Famous for the moccasins, right? Fans with a 2-strike clap. A 5-run frame, keeping this baseball game much more interesting than anybody had hoped. A 7-run second had it 8-1. 9-2 heading into this stanza. Runner first, 2 out, the 0-2 pitch. Ooh. Nugent with such good presentation there that the fans were upset. Trackman would tell you that ball was about a foot outside, if not more. And especially those to the right side may be a little upset, but I like what I'm seeing from Jimmy receiving pitches. Regenerating the clap, the fans. The 1-2 from Schweitzer. Misses down, the runner goes. Nugent with the throw, the tag. Not in time. So Mensick goes on the ball in the dirt. That was quite a down angle read. I don't think that was a delayed steal. Well, it was. They're going to give him a stolen base. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There was a changeup out of the hand of Schweitzer. That was disgusting. Great pitch from Jake Schweitzer. 6 Ks for the Cards, 1 for Schweitzer. But a big inning. A 3-run home run from Stonehouse. A 2-run shot from Townsend. It is 9-7 Cards as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We got a slugfest, folks. This is Louisville baseball from Learfield.
Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. By working together, we've moved forward towards a brighter future. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. See why our new Kentucky home is the best place to do business and live a good life at newkentuckyhome.ky.gov.
The U of L Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine experts get you back in the game of life faster. We lead the state in robotic procedures that minimize pain and recovery time. Our high-level care and customized surgeries treat everything from shoulders to toes, including spines. And as the official medical team for U of L Athletics, we give that same VIP care to every patient. That's the power of you. Visit uoflhealth.org.
I feel like this musical selection is from Major League. I feel like there's some sort of montage. Is that the winning streak montage? I don't know. That's from Asia. Interesting. That reminds me to thank Gary Clark for his work back at the studio. I've loved the music beds. I'm going to have to look that up now because I don't think they used an Asia song in the soundtrack, but maybe some quote-unquote inspiration from it? Hard to say. 4th inning, and this is the 4th inning. Byram Hott will lead things off. No, I'm sorry, Jax Heisel leading things off. See, I'm still messing up. He hits a chopper right to the third baseman Hammond, who is playing in. And that's tough luck, as that was targeted for a double down the line at 101 off the bat, but right into the turf, and that first bounce right into the glove. So Heisel, who popped up his first time and then homered the next time up, goes down 5-3 with the corner infielder playing in. If he's not playing in, that ball probably gets past him as sharply as it was hit. And that's the good and bad luck of baseball. Here's Nugent. He's walked twice. This little capper is going to spin toward the first base bag, and a nice job by Townsend to play the fair ball. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Ooh, not the response you were looking for from the Cardinals. We won't mention that exit velo, but the ball went 3.8 feet. Here's Griffin Crane, RBI single and a fly out to left. And if you follow a lot of the nuances of baseball, you know that Chronister has a free strike here because Crane will not be swinging. The pitch. There it is. You don't want a 3-pitch inning. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. He just tucked it into the top of the zone. Crane, an RBI single, a run scored. Back in that 7-run second inning. 9-7 Cardinals, and he wears that one off the hand. Ay-yi-yi. Did that get him on the hand, or was that off the elbow guard? Left-handed batter, it's a little tough to see, but I think he has a wrist guard on, and maybe that's where it glanced off of. Could just tell by the sound, but Crane doesn't seem any worse for the wear, and it's the 5th time the Cards have worn one this year. And Griffin leads the team with 2 of those. And here's Byram Hott, who is halfway to the cycle. He and Ali Saya are combined 5 for 5. Factor in more, and that's a nice 7 for 10 right there as Chronister throws to first. I say Chronister's name. Ashton Chronister, Chronister. I feel like, is that a title in Britain? I know barrister is. Is there such a thing as a Chronister? I don't know, I'm going to look this up. Chopper foul, third base side. Otherwise, it feels like a Chronister is something that maybe would, like, measure wave frequency. I don't know. And it's definitely not, but there's plenty of Chronisters that pop up in the search, including some politicians et al. No, it just feels like it should be a profession or some sort of measuring tool. 1-1 the count, and a throw goes over to first to keep an eye on Crane. Again, the scouting report not necessarily full of clarity with Crane, but when you're looking at a diminutive outfielder for the Cardinals, you figure he probably runs, and that is true. 1 of 1 on steals. And another throw over. Chronister last year, opponents were just 2 of 3, 5 pickoffs for this squad. None this year. The 1-1. Popped up, shallow right. On is Stonehouse. He's got it. Side retired. So the Cardinals looking for the big response offensively after the big inning will now have to rely on the pitchers for a shutdown inning as Xavier with a 5 spot on the 4th has closed the gap to 9-7 as we head to the 5th. This is Louisville Baseball from Learfield.
With 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana, Wright Implement has everything you need to keep your home and property in tip-top shape. Stop by this week to see our quality mowers, gators, small tractors, and generators from John Deere. Chainsaws, blowers, and line trimmers from Steel, Honda mowers and generators, and so much more for your home and property. Plus the latest John Deere clothing and toys for the kids. We are the home place. Wright Implement. Online at wrightimp.com.
Jefferson County Public Schools is looking for exceptional teachers like you. Make a profound impact on thousands of students in our community, building the foundation for their success, whether on the field, in the lab, or in life. At JCPS, you'll find a supportive team, opportunities to grow your skills, and the incredible reward of fostering the next generation of Louisville's finest. Answer the call. Learn more and apply today at jefferson.kyschools.us. Coach, inspire, and shape the future with JCPS.
This is Kentuckiana's Voice, 970 WGTK Louisville. Online at kyvoice970.com. WKLB Manchester.
Louisville baseball team's timing just off. If we'd have timed it better, we might have been down in Texas with the basketball team as Pat Kelsey and the crew in Dallas to take on SMU. The return matchup against the Mustangs. It's going to be a pretty stern test, but another great quad one opportunity. The team is playing particularly well. Sometimes being healthy helps, don't you think? I feel like our fans have been a little more impatient than normal, and I think that's a residual effect of some of the frustrations we've had over the years. Maybe this year we can alleviate some of those frustrations. 5, 6, 7 in the order. I know the baseball team's trip to Omaha certainly helped the skeptics on the diamond. 1 for 2 in the game is Fitz. Another fastball first pitch, and it's skied to right field. Crane sprinting back into the corner, and he'll glove it for the out just shy of the wall. I think that was a cutter out of the hand of Schweitzer, and that may be the difference between that ball being hit out of the yard and staying within the 330 foul pole area. 402 to center. and 375-ish to the alleys. Here's Tommy Townsend. He is halfway to the cycle. One of the hard aspects of it out of the way. A 2-run home run in the fourth, and a single and a run scored in the second. Byram Hott sprinting over to shift in the shortstop slot, and no sooner did he arrive than the pitch is delivered, and a late swing from Townsend fouls it out of play left side, 0-1. So Byram catching his breath. Davis behind the bag guarding the line. Elam in shallow right, and even Hott 2 steps onto the grass. Townsend, as we mentioned, has some power in his bat. 11 home runs last year at Butler, and the cleanup batter after 2 his first year of ball. He's got 2 this year, including 1 today. Count evens at 1-1. There's a ball way outside, 2-1. I have to laugh because no names on the back of these pinstripe uniforms for Xavier, but the lineup on the scoreboard is really challenged. And we'll get into those details here after this 2-1. Wave and a miss. Good changeup. Boy, that changeup has been fierce from Jake today. I mean, Luke Hammond is a relatively long name. Josh Stonehouse is pretty long. Landon Mensick, like Hammond, very similar. Peter Johnson, Jonathan Fitz. Jonathan, a longer name. Tommy Townsend, that's a lot of letters. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slowed him down with a changeup and then buzzed a fastball away. Good sequence there by Roger Williams and Schweitzer. 7 Ks for Louisville pitchers, 2 for Jake, 2 away. And here's Eddie Peters. So then you get to Eddie Peters, a little bit shorter than Donovan Canterbury, which uses about a third of the alphabet. And then J.D. Crisp. And so the lineup goes down the line, and with my eyes, I can barely read them, except for Eddie Peters. But J.D. Crisp shows up just great. You know, you just got those 7 letters. Schweitzer delivers through the 6-hole past the diving Byram Hott. A base hit, first pitch fastball, jumped on by Peters. It's his 3rd hit of the game, a double, and now 2 singles. So Canterbury, the aforementioned lengthy name, a good day, a walk, a double, a run scored, part of that big 5-run 4th inning that put Xavier back in this ballgame with a 9-7 score. We're in the top of the 5th, 2 out, 1 on. Be really curious to see if Jake Schweitzer starts him out with a fastball. I feel like you start him out with that changeup and he's going to twist himself into a knot. Jake peers over to first. Now kicks and fires. He goes breaking ball at the top of the zone for a strike. 0-1. (9-7) Louisville. Hits are 11-10 Cards. Cutter misses in. Fans like that one. It was out of the zone. The 1-1. All right, we just about had the Triple Crown there. Coughing spell. By the time I turned the mic up, I had to sneeze. I hope I shielded you from all of the above. But I'm going to try to describe this 2-1 pitch. Instead, it's a throw over. Those sneezes might be loud enough for the crowd mic to pick up. Southbound train rolling along beyond the right field wall. A moving backdrop for Donovan Canterbury. The Michigander with a runner at first, 2 away. Jake Schweitzer with a 2-1 pitch. Ground ball left side, seeing eye single past the full extension dive of Alex Alicea. So Canterbury, without a hit coming into today's game, has picked up a pair of singles. This Xavier team playing without their 2 best players. We mentioned Connor Mish, the Big East preseason player of the year, a first-team All-League selection last year from Dyer, Indiana, the first baseman. And Clay Burdett, a preseason All-League selection from Cincinnati Moeller by way of Ohio State, hit .292 with 13 home runs and 44 driven in. Burdett just reminds me of Motel 6 as that ball is hammered into the dugout foul. And the Musketeers skipping about with some D'Artagnan-like agility. Crisp out front, 0-1 the count. He was the most agile of the quartet, I do believe. I could be referenced on that. There's a base hit into center field. On a hop, Moore is up with it. The throw coming in, 2 hops later, sliding in safely and scoring is Peters. And with 2 out, nobody on, Jake Schweitzer has given up back-to-back-to-back singles, and it's a 1-run game. The 9-hole hitter, J.D. Crisp, takes a 1-0 fastball and sends it into the outfield. And anyone that thinks Xavier was going to go away at any point is kidding themselves. That's not how Billy O'Connor operates, and I love the job he has done in Cincinnati. This is, with all due respect, a program that doesn't have a palatial facility. It's a beautiful setting, Hayden Field, but it's tiny. As the throw goes to first. 9-8 now the score. Feeling kind of uneasy about this one. It was 9-1 2 years ago in favor of the Musketeers. And there's a little flare into center field, another base hit. They'll send the runner, and we're all tied up. 2 out. Nobody on, back-to-back-to-back-to-back singles off of the Cardinals closer, Jake Schweitzer. Another first pitch fastball or cut fastball. And that was just right at the belt. So tied at 9, and that's going to do it for Jake Schweitzer. Dan McDonald is out. We've got a pitching change. We will take a pitching change break. 2 home in the inning. 9 runs apiece. Seeking that elusive third out of this 5th inning. Schweitzer has been unable to get his team off the field. We'll take a pitching change break. This is Louisville Baseball from Learfield.
For more than 40 years, Nazareth Home has cared for Louisville families with compassion and trust. Now that same care comes home with Nazareth at Home. Whether you're recovering from surgery or need long-term support, our experienced caregivers provide personalized in-home services, helping you age gracefully and live fully right where you're most comfortable. Because when home is where your heart is, Nazareth at Home helps keep it that way.
Call 502-317-2079 or visit nazhome.org to learn more.
Nazareth at Home. Compassionate care delivered where you belong.
These days, your company needs more than a printer. You need Clark & Riggs. Clark & Riggs offers, well, everything. On-demand and variable data printing, direct mail management, e-commerce solutions, warehousing and fulfillment, rapid prototyping, retail solutions from large format signage and point-of-purchase material to branded decor and fixtures, the best offset and digital printing in the business, and a lot more. See it all at morethanaprinter.com.
11, Ty Stark, the lefty, looking to alter what has been a really odd 5th inning. 2 relatively easy outs. A fly out on the first pitch by Fitz, deep to right field. And then a really good sequence against Townsend to get the strikeout. But single, and 2 of those on the first pitch. And this ball game is tied after the Cards led it 8-1 after 2 innings of play. So 7 unanswered. And Ty Stark will make his debut in this 2026 campaign. Last year, Ty had his struggles. 23 appearances, 1-0, but an ERA of 8.35. Only 18 innings of work, allowed 19 runs, 17 earned, 18 hits, 14 walks. He struck out 21. But the walks certainly were an issue. And 6 wild pitches and 4 hit batters factored in as well. 6 doubles, 3 home runs. Opponents hit 257 against him. It's a funky left-handed delivery, kind of a funky arm angle, and he has proven to be problematic for opponents. Stark has been unable to really add weight as he would like to, but 2-seam, 4-seam change and a slider, the best pitch. The fastball tops out around 87. It's not hard, but it's all kinds of arms coming at you from a weird release spot. And Stonehouse feeling pretty good about himself with a 3-run home run his last time up in the 4th inning, is the batter with 2 on and a tie ball game. They will shift 3 on the right side of the infield. Stark a look to the runner at second, and he will pick to reset the clock as Alicea's in with the tag on the back of the base runner J.D. Crisp, whose RBI single started the 2-run inning. The scoring, that is. 2 on, 2 out. 9-9 our score. The pitch. Slider misses down, I guess. Trackman said that looked pretty good. Jet slides in for a landing over the football stadium. The 1-0 pitch misses away. 2-0. And the fans getting a little restless here in the nest. First and second, 2 away. The 2-0 from Stark. Jammed into shallow center. Alicea will creep back onto the infield skin. He's got it. And Stark falls behind, but gets the job done. However, 2 runs come plateward. Xavier has tied this one up. We're 9 apiece as we head to the 5th. Bottom half, that is. This is Louisville baseball from Learfield.
Louisville was founded in 1798, and we've been ruffling feathers ever since. Introducing 1798 Blonde Ale from Goodwood Brewing, the official craft beer of University of Louisville Athletics, and the unofficial beer of yelling, "That was a strike!" from your couch. Bold, crisp, and just spicy enough to make your rival's fight song sound like a lullaby. If the feathers ain't flying, you ain't trying. Goodwood Brewing, ruffling feathers since 1798, brewed to bring the heat and the winds.
Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. By working together, we've moved forward towards a brighter future. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. See why our new Kentucky home is the best place to do business and live a good life at newkentuckyhome.ky.gov.
And the Cardinals, bit of a tailspin here the last couple innings. Louisville, a 1-0 lead after 1. Xavier able to even things up in the top half of the second inning, but a 7 spot in the bottom of the second, including 3 home runs. Moore a 2-run shot, and then Davis and Heisel back-to-back. Each team added a run in the third, but 5 in the fourth, and then 2 more in the fifth for Xavier. And while Chronister has given up some hits, he's only given up 1 run unearned. First pitch swinging, though, and Campbell deposits this one into center field for a base hit. So Campbell has his second hit of the day, the first 2-hit game of his career. And the redshirt freshman in the 9-hole getting some work done. I realized when we got that big home run inning, I didn't get our back-to-back home runs. And that was Pike and Monroe in the second inning against Miami. I believe that was the first game of the Super Regional. Squaring and taking is Alicea. I'm going to try to put some pressure on Chronister. 2 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 strikeout. The kick and the offering. muscled foul into the seats, and just shy of a fan that was ready to make a play in section 201. No dice. 1-1. The tall lefty fluttering the mitt, looking at the runner Campbell, and he'll throw over. It's always interesting to me in scouting reports that it's so much more than just what pitchers throw, where they like to locate, what they sequence. It delves into tipping pitches. It delves into sometimes quirks or habits prior to actions. You know, sometimes you'll see a pitcher that exhales before he picks off. And they do it subconsciously, but opponents who study film can see long enough that, okay, you know, if he does the exhale, he's going to throw over. So a base runner knows. You see the exhale, start hedging back. Or maybe he'll only look once to second base. He'll never look a second time. The 1-2 to Alisea after he tried to bunt for a hit is fouled back, and he stays alive at 1-2 strikes. There are pitches. I mean, Randy Johnson was tipping pitches. He's just so good it didn't matter, but he would put his glove a little bit down on the slider or angled on a slider. There goes Campbell. The pitch is reached for and sent through the right side, a base hit. Campbell streaking into third. And I love watching that kid run. Alisea with a 4-hit game already here in the 5th inning. And the Cards are in business with runners at the corners and nobody out. The offense isn't going to go away. Can we get the pitching today? Midweek games sometimes look like this. And that was just a beautiful piece of hitting as Alex Alisea went and got that pitch that was another 2/3 of the strike zone outside. And that's going to do it for Chronister as they will make a call to the pen. It can't hurt to take another look at the Clark & Riggs College scoreboard, but I think we had a couple more people chiming in on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Jesse's still on the beach. I don't know that I needed to see that, but it's hard to complain about what we've got here. I feel like 64 at first pitch. The air has gotten a little thicker and maybe a little cooler. 63 now, currently 52% humidity. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the National Weather Service seems to think that there's a chance of a snowflake Saturday night. We're welcome to send any and all snow out to Colorado. I think the hills, the ski areas are getting some this week, or as we speak, I should say. But it looks like next Tuesday, back to more typical early season weather, maybe even below normal. Currently a high of 41, but hopefully we've got time to change that narrative. The new pitcher for the XAVIER Musketeers is number 14, Eli Breidenthal, 6'3" junior right-hander from McCordsville, Indiana. All-state in football in high school, number 6 player in the state. 6 appearances, no decisions, a 7.94 ERA last year. 3 appearances, no decisions, 4.91 the ERA in 2024 for Breidenthal. Over the weekend, 1 opportunity, inning in a third, 2 runs, 2 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a double, a wild pitch, a 400 opponent's batting average, but wouldn't you know it, with an ERA of 13.50, he picked up a win. The bullpen was 2-0. Starters were 0-1, even though one of their starters went 4 shutout innings. Wouldn't you know it? Can't get a win. The other starter went 4 1/3, 1 run, 1 earned, I should say, and an ERA of 2. And the third starter, Jack Detienne, I should say, an ERA of 8. So Breidenthal, the new arm. And again, he's got a number 14 on his back. 2 on, nobody out. Runners at the corners. And Alisea, you don't want to say it's a silver platter stolen base here, but with the runners at the corners and the speed of a guy like Campbell, the threat of the double steal, a lot of times you will not even see a throw through to second base if Alex is so inclined. Alisea's had a day. He's 4 for 4 with a double, 3 singles, 2 RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. So Moore, 2 for 3 with 3 RBI, including a home run. Watches a throw down to third as that back pick was not too terribly well disguised. 1-0 the count. First and third. And the throw goes to first this time. Byram Hott already provided us with a 4-hit game. Alex has given us the second. We did not have one last year. Team went to Omaha, didn't have a 5-hit game. Only 12 on record. Last one was Ben Bianco against Dartmouth in 2022. A bluff from the runner. The pitch is up, and right now they are in Breidenthal's head with the running game. It's almost like they want to keep Alisea at first to retain the distraction, if you will. So Alisea in some elite company as the throw goes over to first. For navigating a tangible media guide for so many years, I still am getting used to the digital, but it works. First and third, 2-0, and it hit him right in the back pocket. A little cringing facial expression. A painful trip to first for Lucas Moore, and they load him up for Elam. So let's see if Cade can square one up. 0 for 2, ground out, strikeout to go with a walk. Dave Jackson had 7 hits against IU Southeast back on April 28th, 1983. The 5-hit games, I believe, is a modern era record, if you will. Or note, I should say. First pitch to Elam. Misses down. Didn't miss by much. 1-0. So bases loaded. Louisville has had 3 trips with the bases full. Slanker 1 for 1, Campbell 0 for 1. Bender misses away. And Cade Elam, the other one, is 0 for 1. So his second opportunity here. And the count is already in his favor against Breidenthal at 2-0. 9-9 game, the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3, not close. Snap throw down to third. And, man, I am not a fan of that if I'm cheering for the team that does it. Jonathan Fitz tried to throw from his knees. And the odds of getting a guy out there as opposed to throwing it down the line and costing your team 2 runs, just a risk-reward that's not worth it. The 3-0, not even close. Down and away, it's a 4-pitch walk, and that breaks the tie. It's 10-9, and that will send Arms down to the bullpen. For the Musketeers, the RBI for Cade Elam, his second of his young career. On to third goes Alisea. On to second goes Moore. And the only disappointing thing for Cards fans is that stolen bases aren't a likelihood here. The good news is Tague Davis is the batter. How was Tague with the bases loaded last year? 1 for 6, 167 average. This is tough because 2-0 and an HBP and 4 straight out of the zone, you probably are taking here. First pitch, shoe tops, ball 1. Breidenthal entered the game and has not thrown a strike, including 3-0 to a freshman. Davis, a massive home run in the second inning after striking out in the first. 10-9 Cards, the 1-0. Misses in. 92 on the fastball with a little arm side run to it. But he could not run it in the zone, and Tague might be able to get a swing off here if he sees something in the zone. That's a bit of an if. We haven't seen a strike yet. The 2-0. Inside, ball 3. At some point, I would think you'd want to slow this poor kid down. He'll walk back on the backside of the mound behind it, pinch the rosin bag with the right hand, adjust the back and then the front of the cap, reach into the navy glove from the first base side of the rubber, and throw a 3-0 pitch. Tague had the green light, and he skies it toward the terrace. Look out, folks. That one about made it to Venus, and it's 3-1. That was 92 up and in. It was a strike. And now Tague with the 3-1 offering with the bases full. And that's inside ball 4. Back-to-back bases-loaded walks. And after your team fights to get you back into this game, I'm a little surprised they're showing the patience they have, because the one strike that he's been able to offer has been that 3-0 green light foul ball from Tague Davis. So here's Heisel, 1 for 3 with a home run. And again, I don't know that you can be actively pursuing a swing when Breidenthal just can't find the zone. And he's pitching into lefties. But there's another ball, 1-0. The velo at 92 looks good. Just can't spot it. 11-9 Cards, bases loaded, the 1-0, down and in. 2-0. I mean, goodness gracious. This is 14 pitches, 1 strike, and it was a foul ball on a 3-0 pitch. Heisel, a golden opportunity here. The 2-0. Nothing to swing at. 3-0. I mean, I'm not saying you're conceding the game, but, man, you are digging a deep hole here as a righty loosens for the Musketeers. Bases loaded, nobody out. The 3-0 to Heisel. And that's ball 4. Breaking ball up out of the zone. And the Cardinals have had 4 batters step into the batter's box and not do a blasted thing. They could have been up there without a bat, and they'd be on base. Back-to-back-to-back RBI on free passes. And for Jax Heisel, he picked up his first RBI as a Cardinal with the home run in the second. Now he picks up his second here. And we finally get a catcher's visit to the mound. I don't see how you let him face another batter. Jimmy Nugent has walked twice and grounded out to first. But the urgency in the left field corner by the righty loosening is, I mean, maybe he's already loose, but, I mean, it is a pedestrian pace by number 11, Sam Stevens. And it seems like there's a lot of urgency. It's 12-9 Cardinals. The bases are still loaded, nobody out. Everybody but Elam and Nugent has a hit today. And Elam has walked twice, and Nugent has walked twice. So this is a long conversation, and again, does Sam Stevens know what's going on in the game down in the left field corner? Just kind of casually throwing pitches, and there's the call. He seems ready. That's tough. I mean, I know I am not qualified to question things like that, but when your pitcher has thrown 16 pitches and 1 has been a strike, only because it was a 3-0 green light that was popped foul out of play, things aren't going well. And after scoring 2 in the 5th to tie the game at 9, they have conceded the lead now at 12-9, and one big swing is going to bring you 2, 3, or even potentially 4 runs if you're a Louisville Cardinals fan. I'm beginning to think getting home for tip-off of the basketball game is not likely. Team will jump on a commercial flight to Dallas on Thursday morning. A practice day at the Big League Park in Arlington, which is always special for the kids. I never take it for granted, but I love Thursday practices at the municipal field. Baseball's just, man, the sounds, the sights, the smells. Get some sunflower seeds. It's a great game, but it can be frustrating. Jimmy Nugent will face the new pitcher, number 11, Sam Stevens, from, speaking of Texas, Austin, Texas, majoring in business analytics and information systems. Feels like we're in a day and age where that major is going to take you a ways and have plenty of job opportunities. 2 appearances, no decisions, and an ERA over 16.8 in just 2 2/3 innings as a freshman. And he is coming off of those numbers with a debut here in 2026. So the numbers for Stevens in terms of the scouting report, probably not going to have much. It says that there's a 4-pitch mix here. A changeup specialist with a bit of a loopy breaking ball. That is not referring to it being silly. That is referring to its trajectory. 12-9 the score. And the clock ticking down on the warm-up tosses as Breidenthal's appearance here going less than swimmingly. The book closed on Chronister. 2 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned, 6 hits, 1 strikeout. Things could have been worse for him. And here is Jimmy Nugent with the bases full of Cardinals. Nobody out. 3 home in the inning. The first offering. Way down out of the zone. That's a changeup. 1-0. The changeup's a great pitch, but you got to be able to throw it for a strike. And he shows it first pitch. Doesn't get the chase. Nugent, a big opportunity here. The 1-0. Upstairs. 2-0, and we have not seen a strike outside of a foul ball since Ali Seiya was down 0-2, and I believe that was a bunt for a strike. The first one may have been a called strike. Bases loaded. The 2-0. Fouled straight back. That one bangs off the rooftop netting and caroms wickedly over towards section 203 and drops to a souvenir. Oh, and this is the point in the ballgame where my right knee tells me that he hates me for not standing up more often. Runners at every station, nobody out. The 2-1 to Nugent. And it's 3-1. Midweek games force you to delve into a pitching staff, and in some cases you're hopeful to keep some guys from working. Here's the 3-1 to Nugent. And that's upstairs, ball 4. Man. That's 5 consecutive batters that didn't need to bring a bat. RBI for Jimmy Nugent, his 3rd walk of the game. Nugent's 2nd RBI as a Cardinal. And the merry-go-round continues. Kate Elam scores, riding the Purple Walrus. Here's Griffin Crane, a single and an HBP. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch swinging right to the first baseman. Townsend, instead of trying for an out at second base, will just step on the bag, and getting the job done is Crane with an RBI ground out. Take Davis comes plateward. And it's 14-9. That's the first out of the inning. So for Crane, his 2nd RBI of the game. 5 straight RBI for the Cardinals, and here's Byram Hott with the runners in scoring position at 2nd and 3rd. And there's a ball in the dirt. I'm really surprised Crane was swinging first pitch with the command issues that all of these Xavier pitchers have had this inning. Didn't look to see where the pitch was that he hit. But it's a fine line. You want to jump on a pitch, bases loaded, but if they can't throw strikes, you kind of want to make them. The 1-0. Hott tried to hold up and could not. That pitch was way up out of the zone. And it's 1-1. Byram has a double and a single before popping up to right field. 5 home in the inning for the Cards on 2 hits. The 1-1. Misses down. 2-1. Byram Hott, the senior from Queens, New York. Played at Marist with Dylan Hoy Couple of summers for the Cape Cod League, Wareham Gateman. He was your Omaha Challenge winner, a great athlete. The 2-1. Barreled past the shortstop and into left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Nugent. He scores standing, and it's a 2-run single. It's 16-9 Cards. It's the second 7-run inning of the afternoon. And Byram continues to live up to his name. So the 2-run single for Byram brings it back to Kyle Campbell, who started things out with a base hit. And wouldn't you know it, he takes a strike, 0-1. So the second time the Cards have batted around today. Still just 1 out in the inning and a runner at first. Trying to get the scorebook categorized. Boy, Hodges about got picked off there. He had that happen earlier today after a single, so he really doesn't need that to happen again. Let's see. So Byram with 2 stakes today. He's driven in his first 2 runs of the season right there. 0-1 to Campbell. He reaches for it, sends it into center field. That ball will drop in front of a charging Crisp. Moving the baseball. I like it. First and second. 1 out. Second hit of the inning for Campbell and a 3-hit game for the redshirt freshman. And here is Ali Saya bidding to become the 13th player with a 5-hit game since the 2000 season. In the millennia, if you will. Runners at first and second. First pitch bounces. Boy, Byram taking some liberties on that down angle read. It was kept right there by Fitz, and now we've got a visit to the mound. Ball 1 delivered. Let's rebuild this odd inning, shall we? Campbell singled. Ali Saya singled. That chased Chronister, who had reached a decent pitch count, and brought in Eli Breidenthal. Breidenthal hit Lucas Moore with a 2-0 pitch. Then proceeded to walk Cade Elam on 4 pitches, bringing in a run. Tate Davis was 3-0 and popped up the 3-0 pitch to make it 3-1, but then walked on the next offering to push across a run. Heisel walked on 4 pitches to push across a run. And then that was the call to Sam Stevens. He walked Nugent. That brought in a run. Crane grounded out to first. That brought in a run. And then Byram Hott a 2-run single. Now Campbell with a single. There's runners at first and second. Alex Ali Saya the batter. The count is 1-0. And the new arm for the Xavier Musketeers is number 25, Evan Vasilou. From El Cajon, California. Grossmont. Down in that San Diego area, but he was at UC Irvine, Utah Tech, and UNLV. Redshirted in 22 with the Anteaters, Zot. And then Utah Tech in 23 and 24. Last year, 1-1 with a 4.94 ERA and 14 appearances and 2 starts for the Runnin' Rebs in Vegas. So Vasilou, the new pitcher. And I'll tell you right now, this scorecard is, it's something. It is active. On both sides, Cards have given them 9 runs, 13 hits. 2 errors for Xavier, 5 stranded. Louisville has 16 runs on 15 hits. No errors, but they have also stranded just 5. As Vasilou continues his warm-up tosses with the clock ticking down under a minute. Michael Allman, Director of Player Development, a lot of the analytics and the scouting reports, says 3-pitch mix, fastball change cutter for Vasilou, digging into the UNLV tape. Funky delivery, 4-seam fastball, not a lot of movement, but a plus change and a tight cutter. He wants you to chase. And apparently, you can bunt for hit against Mr. Vasilou. We shall see what comes to fruition. If anybody's going to bunt for hit, it's going to be Alicea. And the infield in at the corners thinking just that as Alicea swings and misses at the 1-0 offering. 1-1 the count. Again, looking for the first 5-hit game since Ben Bianco against Dartmouth in 2022. And just the 13th since 2000. The 1-1 misses down. 2-1. Another mid-count change for the Musketeers. 16-9 Cards. 7-run fifth so far after a 7-run second. A long look at the runner at second. Hot. The 2-1 in the air, center field. Ranging over is Crisp. He'll glove it. The runners will tag at both stations, and the throw coming into the cutoff man. Campbell with the kind of speed that allows you to tag from first on a routine fly ball to center field, and Crisp unable to do anything about it. So Alicea solved for the first time today, but in true contributor fashion, he does advance both runners into scoring position, or further into scoring position in Hot's case. And here is Lucas Moore, who had the first big swing in terms of home runs. And he looks for another one there, but comes up empty 0-1. It was a 2-run single by Alicea that really got things going before the 2-run home run by Moore in that second inning. And then Davis and Heisel back-to-back shots. Second and third, 2 out. 16-9 Cards. The 0-1 is way upstairs, and that twists the mask off the face of Fitz as he leaped out of the crouch. Almost a full strike zone above the other one. That's an athletic play and an impressive one to get there. Hot at third, Campbell at second. Brilliant speed out there at second base. The 1-1 misses down. 2-1 the count. We are still in the 5th inning. Batter number 12 for the Cardinals. They've scored 7. A base hit would bring in 2 more. Hitters count for Moore. The 2-1 pitch. Rolled right to Vasilou. He'll fire it to first. That will retire the side. Right into the glove on a weak little comebacker. Vasilou gets his 2 men, and the big inning comes to a close. Certainly credit on the swings, but honestly, it was some struggling at the plate, on the mound by the Musketeers that handed the Cards the majority of those runs. 16-9 our score as we head to the top of the 6th. This is Louisville Baseball from Learfield.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Pro Rehab Physical Therapy can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across Kentuckiana, contact Pro Rehab Physical Therapy today at ProRehab.com to see a physical therapist. Pro Rehab Physical Therapy, a proud partner of the Louisville Cardinals and trusted choice for keeping Card fans in the game.
Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. By working together, we've moved forward towards a brighter future. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. See why our new Kentucky home is the best place to do business and live a good life at newkentuckyhome.ky.gov.
Jim Patterson Stadium. My name is Sean Moth. It is great to have you along as always. Gary Clark back in the seat of power, running the controls, trying to get us landed and into the hangar before we tip off a basketball game tonight. And the odds may not be in our favor, but there is the potential for a mercy rule if things can go well for the Cardinals. But right now they're going to have to find things on the mound. Stephen, curious to what I thought about what our Rockies have done over the winter. I wasn't crazy about the front office move. quite honestly, from a player personnel standpoint, this is terrible for me to say, as Stark pumps in ball one. I am not resigned to not having a shot at the postseason, but I'm resigned to not having a shot at the postseason until the team invests money, because you're in a division with the Dodgers, the Giants, the Diamondbacks, and the Padres. And it's just, you're not playing those teams more and competing with them for a spot in the playoffs. If your investments are guys like Chris Bryant, it's just not going to happen. And if you're going to let guys like Nolan Arenado and Troy Tulowitzki go, that's what you're going to get. I mean, I think DJ LeMahieu would have looked good to stay in a uniform. Foul ball left side. 1-2 the count. Full disclosure, as I've stepped away from all of my sports duties at U of L over the years now, which now it's coming up on, I guess, the 6th year anniversary from the last basketball game I did. I'm less of a sports fan because I've had so many games over the years. 1-2, hard, one hopper, right to Alicea, little pirouette, and he fires, and he got him. Alicea took that with such momentum that I think the pirouette was in a way to kind of right himself. I don't know if it was necessary, but that ball was hit 104 off the bat, and I don't question anything that kid does with a glove. There was all the talk about the Oregon State shortstop last year, and there's some really good shortstops around the country, but the whole finalists for the Wallace Award last year, as Stark hits Peter Johnson with an 84-mile-an-hour heater. That's his first time reaching base, albeit painfully. I got completely derailed. Oh, look, the three guys that were finalists were really good baseball players, but they were there for their offensive numbers just as much as defense. And I know Alicea, sneaking in at 307, 1 home run, 25 RBI, more walks than strikeouts, but, I mean, this is a defensive award. Hit 5 errors. Heavily populated scorecard for the Louisville Cardinals with 2 7-run innings. They lead it 16-9. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Kyle Campbell, who has a 3-hit day, the redshirt freshman, I should say, has enjoyed quite an afternoon. And freshman righty Sam Haft is the new pitcher, Port Washington, Wisconsin. Haft, the freshman, doesn't have numbers from last year, obviously. And Haft is making his debut at the collegiate level. So 6'4", 190, and my bioinformation tells me that he plays baseball. That's what I got. What are you going to do? I don't see a flood of notifications on Twitter talking about their love for Mary Hartman. I did like Soap. It's easy to forget that launched Billy Crystal's career, too. What a career he's had. Goodness. He was so good hosting the Academy Awards. Couple of runs scored. See if Campbell can really have a day. He looks at a ball in the dirt, 1-0. As under the weather as I am, I would love nothing more than 3 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. But beggars can't be choosers. The 1-0. Misses down. 2-0 the count. I hate to do this, but I'm going to go to the ball strike mix for Xavier. 163 pitches, 89 strikes. That's a tough one. Outside, ball 3. It can be tough at the plate as a hitter sometimes when they're not throwing strikes. Louisville, 129 pitches, 78 strikes. A little better ratio there. The 3-0 is downstairs. 4-pitch walk to open up the career of Sam Haft. And what a day for Kyle Campbell. You drop yourself in the 9 hole with your second collegiate start. You get 3 hits, a walk, 2 runs, and now an opportunity to potentially steal a bag. His bunt single in the third was a thing of beauty, and if not for Byram Hott getting caught off a second base, that might have been another big inning. Here's Alicea. By the way, he's looking for his 5th hit, the first since Bianco, as Campbell goes first pitch. The throw is high, not in time, and Kyle Campbell has his second steal in as many tries. That kid just glides. Man, long legs. Sometimes when guys run, it looks like they're running hard and fast. Some guys just, Levi Usher, just makes it look easy when they run. A strike to Alicea. The 0-1 at the bottom of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-2. Alicea doubled and scored in the first, singled home a pair and scored in the second, adding a stolen base, singled in the third, singled and scored in the fifth. He flew out to center in the 6th inning, or the 5th, excuse me. Now in the 7th with a runner at second, nobody out, the 0-2 pitch, and he just spoils it out of play left side. That was a fastball up and away. It was in the zone, and Alicea wasn't about to let it get past him for a called strike 3. Runner at second base is Campbell with outstanding speed. 0-2 again is a breaking ball high. 1-2. I owe you a couple of lines for some pitchers. I'm sorry I haven't been a little more diligent about that. But Vassalou, inning and 2/3. 2 hits, a walk, a strikeout. 31 pitches, 16 for strikes. Still not a great ratio. Breaking ball is dropped in for a called strike 3. Alicea knew it. And he'll turn and walk back to the dugout. 0 for his last 2, but 4 for 6 on the day. Average was at 389. He'll walk out of here at 368 if we don't go to another Alex Alicea plate appearance. Or at bat, I should say. The strikeout is the 5th for Louisville batters. And the first career strikeout for Haft. Here's Lucas Moore. A home run, 2 RBI, ball in the dirt, blocked by Fitz. Back to second goes Campbell. 1-0 the count. Lucas at the Moses Malone 444 average. 2 for 4 on the day. Adding a single in the 3rd inning. So he's driven in 3, scored 2. And they're going to pick to second base. And by second base, I mean throw to the shortstop, 14 feet to the left and behind the bag. That'll reset the pitch clock. 20 seconds. Batter has to be in at 12. A twist and a look as he almost squares to the runner at second. Now plateward. Oh, my. A low strike. 1-1. I hate to say that Lucas got help with his home run, but I think he got some help. A little bit of a breeze out to left center field. The 1-1. Misses away. 2-1. Not that he doesn't have the power, but to that part of the yard, at the velocity and angle at which he hit it, it was almost 41 degrees. I mean, you have to pulverize a ball or hit it down the line at 41 degrees. Campbell with the lead at second, the 2-1 pitch. Back foot breaking ball misses. 3-1. Bottom 7, 16-9 Cardinals. Sam Haft trying to navigate through his first career appearance. Hoeft. 3-1 is blistered into center field, but that's right at the center fielder Crisp. He'll glove. Campbell tags, heads to third, and that ball was hit harder than the home run at 104 miles per hour, but the wrong part of the yard. A good swing from Lucas Moore, but nothing to show for it outside of the advancement of the runner. And here is Cade Elam. Cade has walked twice, driven in a run. Looking for his first hit of the day, and he looks at a pitch down. 1-0. Bottom 7, darkness continues to shade the skies, darker and darker shades of blue and purple. Plane lights flashing as they come in for landings. Headlights on 65, smattering between trees above left field, center field fence. A ball getting away from the catcher, Fitz, trickles into a 2-0 count. Louisville gave up 7 straight, then scored 7 straight, all in one inning, their second 7-run frame of the day. Runner at third base, 2 out, the 2-0. Wave and a miss. 2-1. Cade Elam hitting .231. Runner at third base, 2 out, the 2-1. A strike on the inside, 2-2. That pitch was better than it looked. It kind of handcuffed Fitz, I think. But it was definitely on the zone. A lot of strikes on the edge of the zone for Xavier today. Trying for a 2-out hit, the 3-1. That one goes 56 feet. Campbell had a notion, but scampers back to the bag as Fitz chested it to the ground. And the count is full. Traditional catcher's mask for Fitz. We saw the hockey style pioneered by Charlie O'Brien of the Toronto Blue Jays for Nugent and the Cards. With 2 out, a runner at third, the 3-2 pitch. That gets away. Campbell gave it some thought. The pitcher coming in to cover as Fitz slides back behind the bird logo on the turf. But it'll just be ball 4. And here's Tate Davis, who can potentially walk us off. I'm just saying. He is 2 for 4 with a solo home run that went 453 feet over the batter's eye in center field. First and third, 2 out. He swings and wires one on 2 hops to right field. It's 17-9. Every time he hits the ball, I just want to see what the last digit is because I know it's going to be 1-0 something or 1-1 something, and that's 108. Boy, he hits the ball hard. Third RBI of the day. Ball hit so hard, Elam stops at second base, but Campbell comes plateward. His third run of the day. And Heisel can walk us off. First pitch breaking ball is right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Not sure Jax was expecting that. I don't know that we've seen many breaking balls from Haft. Does he double up? 2 on, 2 out, 17-9, the 0-1. Bouncing ball, and that one gets through. Coming around to score is Elam as Davis goes to third. It's an RBI single for Heisel. He has driven in 3 today. That is his second hit in 5 trips. And the winning run, as it were, is standing at third base. So Elam scores on the single by Heisel. And Jimmy Nugent now, with 3 walks, 1 for 2, can bring in the game winner as the Cards lead at 18-9 in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch in the dirt, smothered by Fitz again. He's done yeoman's work staying in front of balls today. I do believe there was one wild pitch in this game, but he's been outstanding. First and third, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th inning, 9-run lead for the Cardinals. The 1-0 to Nugent. Misses down. Griffin Crane in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. And my man Asad Ali right there, ready for every shot. First and third, 2 out. Hitters count for Nugent. The 2-0 delivery. Drilled into left center field. That ball is down. Coming in to score is Davis. Heisel to third. In with a double is Nugent. And unless they did not agree upon the mercy rule, this ball game is over. Boy, this is a delayed reaction if it is. So apparently in the midweek game, these coaches agreeing to get at-bats and innings pitched for their staffs. We're going to keep playing. I apologize for misleading you folks. I don't remember a game last year where we didn't have the mercy rule agreed upon. Thus my surprise. So Davis scoring. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? Here's Griffin Crane. Louisville with a little two-out magic here. I like it. Crane 1 for 3. Base hit could bring in a pair. And he ropes this one, but foul down the left field line into the bullpen. That ball was smoked right down the middle. He's just a tad early on the 88-mile-an-hour heater, crushing that foul at 98 miles per hour. 0-1. Griffin's got some power in that bat. We've seen him leave the yard in the fall a few times. Banged off the netting. The count is 0-2. RBI single and a run scored in the second. Flew out to left in the third. HBP in the fourth inning. RBI ground out in the fifth. A walk in the sixth. Cardinals with 19 runs on 20 hits. They lead it 19-9. The 0-2 tries to drop a breaking ball in, but it slips out of the hand a bit and misses way up and away. Might have been a changeup there. It's 1-2. Haft has given up 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning. He kicks and fires, and Crane ladles this one into the left field corner. It is a fair ball. 2 runs come home. Crane thinking 3. Having trouble digging it out in left is Mensick, and he's there easily as the bullpen scattered upon that one, dropping into the corner. Just a beautiful piece of hitting as Crane took that changeup and just placed it on the chalk down the left field line. It's 21-9. I wonder who didn't agree on the mercy rule. I don't think Dan liked it initially, but then was willing to embrace it. I'm in a tough spot because it's getting really dark here in the booth. I can't reach the light. But we'll figure that out if we ever see the end of this inning, because we're now to the 9th batter, batting around for the 3rd time in the game. And a call to the bullpen as Haft's first collegiate inning does not go the way he would like it to. So on to pitch now for Xavier is number 31, Joey Young, the 6-foot junior righty from Decatur, Illinois. Man, I'm going to have to pick up my flip card because it's really tough to see. Young, 17 appearances, 1 start, 1-1, and the ERA was 14.82 last year. 12 appearances, an ERA of 10.38 and 20.24. 6A state champs for Warrensburg Latham. Dad played basketball, Mom played volleyball at Arkansas. Joey Young. There we've got a Joey. We were a little prescient with that. Let's see. Young. 1 appearance, 2/3 of an inning, 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 walk. His ERA is at 40.48. The fans that didn't have the mercy rule, I'm just going to speculate, want to be able to settle in to maybe have a cold drink and a hot meal and tip off from Dallas. We are still in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Cards leading this one 21-9. The Cardinals scored 13, 14, 15, 10, 13, 13, 13, 11, 12, 11, 13, 12, 17 in a 7-inning game, 12. And this type of number was only put up against NC State in just a crazy 7-inning game. The Cards won 25-8 the last time they have been in this territory with the run total. Byram Hott is the batter. And Young has it fouled off as 27 does not face 27. Instead, it will be 31. Runner at third base, 2 out. Bouncing ball off of the first baseman Townsend into the shallow right center field. Hott's going to see that carry him as a chance to take second, and he'll do it. I mean, you can't stop a team that wants to be aggressive. So Byram Hott with the... I'd love to give the first baseman Townsend the benefit of the doubt, but that wasn't really even smashed. It just took a bit of a bad hop on him. Crane, by the way, does get credit for the triple, the first of his career. I may have said single. I don't know why. I watched him round the bases. The first 3-bagger of the year for the Cardinals. And it's 22-9 as Campbell takes a strike. His second plate appearance of the inning. He walked and stole a base and scored. So he's got a 3-hit game, 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored, a stolen base. 0-1, pretty hefty swing there. He comes up empty on the 92-mile-an-hour heater right down Bardstown Road. I mean, that's the most perfectly placed down-the-middle pitch of the year right there. And there's a 3-pitch strikeout as Campbell chases a pitch up out of the zone. And that will close things out. Byram Hott will reach on an error for that last run to come home, but now 13 straight scored by the Cards. No mercy rule. We play on. 22-9 Cardinals. This is Louisville baseball from Learfield.
Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy you tickets to your happy place. Games just like this one. As the official bank of the Louisville Cardinals, PNC Bank keeps your finances boring, so you can ride the excitement all the way through regulation and beyond with the University of Louisville PNC Bank Visa debit card. That way, you can enjoy all the hot dogs, soft pretzels, and beverages to fuel your favorite fan activities while you're here. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. Member FDIC.
Attention ranch dip lovers, your source for flavor has now arrived with Prairie Farms' new Classic Ranch Dip. It starts with our award-winning sour cream blended with garlic, onion, parsley, and buttermilk to make a superior ranch dip that your taste buds will savor. Prairie Farms' Classic Ranch Dip pairs well with your favorite vegetables, chips, or crackers. Look for them at your favorite grocery stores. Then visit prairiefarms.com for delicious ranch recipes, coupons, and enter for your chance to win a dairy prize package. Support local dairy farmers with the delicious taste of Prairie Farms' Classic Ranch Dip.
Well, not realizing I didn't pot down my mic. I probably just gave you the first sniff of the game. I hope that was the first. My apologies. I got up to stretch the legs, which was necessary. Got a bottle of water because my initial bottle is gone. And now my computer is wanting to restart, and I don't really want it to at the moment. So, luckily I have the right to tell it no. We'll get this out of the way. Put that back there. New bottle of water on deck. Thought we were getting a walk-off winner, but instead we move on. E3 and a run coming home that should have been the final out of the inning, so that is an unearned run. And let's see. Byram Hott. Obviously does not get the RBI with that final out of the inning, but yeah, fielding error by the first baseman. Just wanting to confirm that. And our changes for the Cardinals, Colton Hartman still on the mound. It is Colin Mowry catching, and Hartman working down in the zone with a cutter there. That's a good-looking pitch, and he's 0-2 very quickly. I think we've got a few changes. I'll try to track them for you. Peter Johnson at the plate. I take that back. We've got a pinch hitter. Number 12, Jason Jellick is in the batter's box. Senior catcher from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, was at IMG Academy and Wake Tech Community College, as well as Durham Tech Community College. This is quite a story, actually. And he waves and misses at the 1-2 heater way up in the zone. So number 12, Jellick, not Jellicle, pinch hitting in the 8th inning, goes down swinging. And that is 9 strikeouts, 2 for Hartman, 1 away. Let's see if we can get Hartman some innings and some confidence here. This is Fitz's spot, but Mitchell Morton will pinch hit. So we don't have the mercy rule, and now we empty the bench. So pinch hitting in the 8th. Morton fouls it back, 0-1. I'm looking at the batters from the previous weekend, and I only see 12. So as we empty the bench, some guys are making their debuts. Jellick was 0 for 3 in a start. I do not see Morton. What the predicate says he does. The 1-1. Outer half for a strike. 1-2. I think Hartman, maybe a little chance to settle in, chance to talk with Roger. He looks really sharp now. See if he can finish it. The 1-2 delivery. Oh, my. Just a tad low. Rob Lowe. 2-2. The references are flying, folks. I don't see any other changes. Just Mowry doing the catching in for Nugent. The 2-2. Tried to get a chasing swing on that high fastball. No such fortune. And we'll stay, we'll advance to a full count. 22-9, in case you're just joining us. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I was just going to say, Hartman can't not throw a strike here. He didn't. He threw a fastball off the plate away. But he got the swing and a miss. 3 Ks, 10 for the Cardinals pitchers. And here's Tommy Townsend's spot in the order, and it will be the first baseman looking to add to his 2 for 4 day. Man, it feels like a month ago he hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning that made things a lot more interesting than we really cared for it to be. And he challenges him with a pitch up in the zone, and boy, Townsend, I always wish we were facing the other way, so swinging for the downs was really a thing, but they're behind us, so swinging for Floyd Street on that one, 0-1. 2 out, nobody on. Called, strike at the belt, 0-2. Hartman is pitching with a lot of confidence and poise. See if he can drop in a hammer or pull the string, or maybe they'll just see how high he'll climb the ladder. What you love about baseball. 0-2, what do you do? A batter. And Dan McDonald's going to make everyone really happy when he brings in Take Davis to pitch, because Griffin Crane got the infield warmed up while Davis played a fervent game of catch with George Baker. When you are on the cusp of a 4-hour game, to know that there's another pitching change forthcoming does not exactly bring joy, but I get it. So we'll watch for that. But Colton Hartman, who gave up a hit and a walk, wasn't crisp in that 7th inning, closed it with a strikeout and then struck out the side in order in the 8th and has 4 straight Ks. He misses up out of the zone to Alex Jungins, who came on defensively for Eddie Peters. Swing and a miss. The count evens at 1-1. Top of the 9th, 23-9 Cardinals. You may remember that on Monday afternoon we were tied at 9. 2-1 the count. Left-handed batter, the 2-1 pitch. Into the dugout. Nice barehanded stab there. Who's that on the railing? I can't tell. 2-2. We mentioned Jungans came in the game defensively. There was a shift or two, and I don't know that we got you all of them as Hartman misses with a breaking ball down. And we are full. Still the same lineup in the field defensively for the Cards, except for Mowry at the dish. The 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 89 at the top of the zone. That's 5 straight Ks for Hartman. A dozen for Louisville pitchers. And for Colton Hartman, he is now 2 away from his career best 7. That happened on May 17th of his freshman campaign against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. So here's Canterbury, who's enjoyed a rather nice day, 2 for 3. He's walked once, he's scored twice, an extra base hit. He looks at ball 1. 1 out, nobody on, and now 2-0 as that one's up out of the zone. Just as soon as Hartman was locked in, it looks like now there's a bit of a scuffle. The 2-0. Upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. You got to throw strikes when you're up 14 runs in the 9th inning. Colton up over 45 pitches. He may not have anticipated this level of workload. The 3-0 gets a little bit of a gift on the outside. 3-1. Cards were up 8-1, and then it was tied at 9. The 3-1. Barreled into left center field, sprinting over is Campbell, and that will split the outfielders. Campbell loses the cap as he gathers it. The throw coming into Ali Seiya. It's a ringing double for Canterbury, his second of the day, and for a kid that hasn't started a game this year, didn't start this weekend, and now is in the lineup, seems like he's maybe earned a little more of a look. Without their right fielder, Clay Burdett, a preseason All-Big East selection. That's where he played last year. He's listed as an infielder this year. I don't know where they had planned on playing him. But Connor Mish, their first baseman, is preseason Big East Player of the Year, also on the shelf. Neither have played this year, and kind of cloak and dagger from our radio partner as to whether or not that was a long-term thing or not. So here's J.D. Crisp, who looks at a strike on the breaking ball 0-1. Runner at second base, 1 out, the 0-1 pitch. This one's high and deep to left field. Campbell backing at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. 90-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle, and 101 miles per hour, 385 feet later, a double and a home run off of Hartman, as I think his tank is starting to empty just a bit. For J.D. Crisp, it's his second home run. This team knows what to do with a fastball. So it's 23-11 as the 14 consecutive runs has now been answered. Bases are cleared. And there's a wave and a miss at a changeup and just a disgusting pitch that falls right off the table. 0-1. Luke Hammond, the batter, 1 for 4, hitting 167. He may not be in the leadoff spot much more if he struggles like this. Called strike 2 on a breaking ball. Good morning and good afternoon. Dan maybe just trying to get out of this without getting anybody else hot. Thought Take Davis was going to pitch. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Maybe Hartman's just fine. That was 91 as he rears back. And good morning, good afternoon, good night to Hammond, who has struck out 3 times today. That's 13 Ks and 6 for Hartman. 2 down. And it's possible that after Tague threw, he let the coaches know, you know what, I don't know that I can, or I don't know that I'm ready. So that may have been what that was about. We'll see. Here's Stonehouse. First pitch swinging. It's a rocket to left field that Campbell has settled under. He makes the catch, and the Cards win. So Colton Hartman will pick up the save in this ball game, if my math is correct. Actually, he may not, because I think the team took the lead when he came in. I don't know. We'll sort it all out for you. That's the end of a 4-hour game, folks. Your final score, 23-11. The Cards win it. Our postgame is next. This is Louisville Baseball from Learfield.
U of L Health Frazier Rehab Sports is the official sports rehab provider of the Louisville Cardinals. Our experienced Frazier Rehab sports therapists offer athletes of all levels one-on-one support with our sports performance and injury prevention clinics. To schedule an evaluation today, call 502-637-9313. U of L Health Frazier Rehab Sports, the official sports rehab provider of the Louisville Cardinals.
Knock your career goals out of the park with a graduate degree from U of L's College of Business. With flexible learning options, our MBA, MS in Business Analytics, and MS in Accountancy and Analytics programs fit your schedule and your ambition. Join a cohort of driven classmates and learn from business leaders who have